Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Candid Culture. Hey, Kia.
Hey, lovely people. How are you guys doing today?
Y'all, let's get it going. It is so good to see everybody tonight. So we already put the
The
questions
questions,
in the
icebreaker
chat. The
questions.
icebreakers, that's what the icebreakers in the chat, but you know how we do. We still love this intro, so here you go. So, Kia, you got the icebreakers tonight, right?
Yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump right on into these icebreakers. I see people are already answering the questions. So I always like to give y'all the background of where the questions come from. Hey, high vibe. So the questions come from particular question came from the Jodeci concert. So if y'all know KC, let him know that I am his biggest fan. Like, I love KC. Like, Jodeci, baby. Come on now. And when I see his pictures with him posting, I be so like in my feelings, like, he don't know I'm his number one fan. So anyway, he came to Detroit. She's muted.
So, Kia, you fiending for Josie? Casey got you fiending?
I think KC might beat out Usher because, like, I don't know. I could see Usher and don't be some type of way. I be like, he don't know I'm his number one fan. I'd be like, look, bro,
Mhm.
I'm a fan. And I always wondered if I was a fan. I was like, no, I think that should be another icebreaker. Is there any celebrity that you would like pass out if you've seen them? And I thought that I was not a fan of anyone. But when I see KC, I'd be like, I'm your biggest fan, dude. Like, you got me through high school.
I can, yeah,
So,
definitely.
so think about that question. Who would you pass out or who would you forget your name if you met him? We'll give you a minute. So I think if I've seen Casey, even though he's a little guy, I think I would probably forget my name. But they came to Detroit last week. So I'm like looking at all my friends like posting the concert, Crystal, and some of them were like in the nosebleeds. I'm like, why are you even videotaping that? We can't see a doggone thing. So I posed this question to Crystal. I said, Crystal, so if you had the choice to be in the nosebleed, like at a concert every month, or if you had the opportunity to go to a concert twice a year and sit in the VIP section, which one would you select? So I said I'm sitting in the VIP. I
VIP.
take two twice a year.
Yeah, I as well. I'm VIP. I've been to plays where I am all the way up in the nosebleed seats, like by the roof, and then I've been to a concert where I am like seat nine, like right there, like like I feel the person's sweat, and I just love that. Yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, I'm not like all into sports, but then going to the actual game, like I said before, man, I was like, I get it now. Okay, I get it now. Okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. So the
There
next question, go ahead.
is nothing like up close and personal where I can see your baby hairs, okay? I want to see it all. I want to feel the vibration. I want to, I don't know. I'll take twice a year versus, because I know I have friends that go to every concert we have. And, I'm like, okay, I get the experience, but I want to be close, up and close and personal because y'all know I can't see. So what am I about to be looking at?
Right. I
I
can't see
can't.
nothing. How you gonna enjoy it? How can you enjoy it?
And
Yes.
what about when you walk? So I know, like, I don't know how your like places that your venues are in Atlanta, but I know like a lot of our venues is steep. So when you go up high, it gets me
Hmm.
nauseous because it's so steep. Like I went my job, they was like, "Oh, we're gonna give you free tickets to a basketball game." I don't even watch basketball, so I win or whatever. And I get there and I'm like, "That's too steep. I'm nauseous. I'm gonna pass out."
because the higher the seats get, the more steep it goes like this. So that's what happened. I remember being in at this play, and I was like, wait a minute, we got to keep walking up these stairs. It's so steep, and you get like you have to take a break and before you get to the next step, and it's very steep. No, mm-mm. So the Lady and Son you saw, that would be my dream to see New Edition. To
I
see New Edition.
I like New Edition too. When they brought my Jodeci on, people was like, Jodeci need their own concert. So you know they broke up, they broke all our hearts. And
Mm-hmm.
then they must have like needed some money. So they bet.
You sure that's what it was? Yeah, that's what it was.
What?
That's what it was. Well, they spent the money.
When you kiss and make up, they was like, listen here. You seen like on those reality shows or when they do their shows and stuff, and they be like, we need the money. You remember Salt and Pepper? They was like, we
Oh
need the
yeah.
money.
Yep.
SWV, when they got together, remember Coco started going
Mhm.
to church and she got saved and stuff, and then she need that money, and she was like, I can't sing
Right.
downtown, but I can sing the rest of them.
I remember that. Yeah. I got saved now. I can't do it. I can't do it. Y'all know what this is talking about. You know what downtown means. Yeah.
But you know, they was like, that's our number one hit. She was like, I
Girl,
can't
go
sing
get
it.
that money. Mm-mm. Yeah, I definitely am somebody. I would pay the extra for it because I've seen Maxwell and Jill Scott in concert and Angie Stone. I've been to like, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Those good seats. Who else have I seen? I've seen somebody right before the pandemic. I can't remember. Anyway, it's worth it. We in Atlanta they have those small venues, and then of course they have the big venues, but they have those small concert theaters too. So it's worth it.
Now, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Usher, now somebody put in the thing about Usher. Usher puts on a good concert, so I do like those shows too, where you just be hanging from the ceiling and all kind of stuff, and those are good too. So
Yes.
Usher, like I said, he puts on a good concert, but you know, Jodeci, he had me out there like, y'all remember Five Heartbeats when she was in the seat like
And then she just passed out.
that would be me. Pick me up off the floor because that would be.
Right.
Don't go like y'all better not take me to a KC concert. I'll be like.
What was the next question?
So the next question was, guys, what nicknames have you been called?
Go ahead. What nicknames have you been called, kid?
So I don't know. A lot of people just because it's Kia, so a lot of
Mhm.
people just change it to Key for some reason. Then some people just go ahead and add the Kiki on there. My mother-in-law, she used to call me Kia Bia. Let me think. Most people, like I said, just Kia, but one guy used to call me Thicky Thick. I was like, and Crystal, I wasn't even thick at the time. Like I've always been thick, but I wasn't thick like that. I was like, boy, I'm a 7'8".
Doesn't matter as long as he thought so. It doesn't matter.
I ain't even had no rose at the end. I was like, boy, why are you calling me Thicky Thick? So he used to like ask people like, where Thicky Thick at? Where Thicky Thick?
um. Hey. So the okay, my brothers and my family would call me Chris, but um I had an ex really want to call me like he's like you were like a cat. Like he would call me like not a panther. Like he would yeah, he would call me like a tiger. Like he wanted to really name me like a yeah. So that's the only one I can think of right now. Hmm. Yeah.
Now I heard a guy that be mad at you because I see somebody say by who. I had a
Yeah, I did
guy
hear
to be,
that.
be like you, like, oh, your mama. So yeah, that was like cute, like the nicknames.
Right.
So
I
Crystal kind
really
of let
want go
the
ahead.
cat out the bag already. So we on the same page, girl. Because I just didn't say that. I was trying to wait to the show. But what gift would you love to receive from the man in your life?
Okay, so the first thing I said was a trip. And I was really trying to think, have I received this gift before? But like to take a trip with him. Um, or a house or a car, something like that. That would include both of us. That's That's what I thought. I thought trip was the first thing that came to my mind. What did you say, Kia?
Same thing.
A trip?
It's nothing better than going on a trip with bae that you get along with. Now, I've been on some trips with bae that you be like, I can't stand you. One dude pulled out an itinerary. I was like, what the?
Well, he had plans. He had plans.
So I it's nothing better than a trip with like someone that you really like, vibe with. So if bae can give me a trip and we vibing and it's
Mhm.
all good, bae, give me a trip.
Yes, I think a trip, and I really want to know y'all's your ideas. What would you like a man? What is the best gift a man could get you? That's and honestly, just like he has said that we take a trip together, something that includes both of us. That's my idea. So tonight we were thinking of we had a lot to think about as far as our topics. And Kia, you heard the topics. We were going to talk about communication styles and women, but I wanted to talk about what is the biggest misconception people think of you, Kia. And please, everyone in the chat, I really would like to know, like high vibes. What's the biggest misconception people think of you? Because sometimes people see you and they think one thing, but it might be something totally different. So, Kia, go ahead.
So the misconceptions is me. Yeah, what Misha said. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you support our pages. But my misconception is a lot of times people think I'm quiet. So a lot of people think because I'm quiet, I won't rah 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 and get with you. And so you're like, okay, I don't want to be that person. I want to be, in a safe place. I want to be, good. But a lot of people take that quietness as weakness and it's not. And you like, don't try it. Please don't try it. And a lot of people sometimes think that I'm really shy. Do y'all believe that? I'm an introvert. Krista don't believe it, but I am. And so a lot of times people think that as being stuck up or you bougie, even though I have my little ways, but people be like, oh, she thinks she this or she thinks she that. And I think down to earth. I tell Robin all the time, my good friend, I'd be like, I just want to live a humble life.
Mhm. Trey Mac, we gonna get you because Trey Mac put his nicknames in here, and then he at the end he said, "Don't talk about the last one." So Macadocious, Country Boy, Juicy Booty, and then he said, "I don't want to hear it, Kia and Crystal. No, we don't want to talk about the last one." But you're the one that said that people call you Juicy Booty.
Yeah,
This,
Trey Mac, we need more because Juicy
yeah,
Booty.
mm,
Trey.
okay, we gonna have to get that out of you, Trey Mac. Trey Mac. So the biggest misconception, and I don't that people think that I'm very what did my friend used to call me, square, or just like very by the book. And it's not that I'm not by the book, or I definitely follow the rules, but yeah. And Kia and I, when we did this Tender Swindler, we were talking about, and I was like, I'm from the DVC, Deep Valley Crips. So I was like, now I've seen a lot of things, Kia. So I just think that, and I remember, I think it was Black. He was like, Crystal, you got to bring both sides of you out. I said, no, I actually like the fact that people think that I'm nice, sweet Crystal. Just go ahead and keep thinking that.
So
And I
we
said,
want to.
y'all, I'm an Aries, right? I'm fire sign, right? Like, so okay, and I appreciate the fact that people think that I'm nice, sweet Crystal.
I'm scared, Crystal. I am
Oh,
so
and when
scared.
we went to
Ooh.
dinner with Ida, she said, "Crystal, you're giving me newscaster hair. You're giving me newscaster." I said, "Okay, great. All right, good. That's I like that. Keep thinking that." So that's mhm. Yeah. And I actually, when Kia said that I'm an introvert, I said I knew that she was going to go there because that's the big thing that she and I was like, yes, you are not an introvert. So I do believe that she is probably both, definitely.
So I think my best place is like the introvert because again that's the creative side. So
What do you mean the best place, though? What do you mean by that?
that means I thrive more as the introvert.
Okay.
So, but it's not that I'm faking it when I'm like, the life of the party, because I am. But when I come out, I have to go back and like, basically like a back like go charge like a phone charger. Just charge, get charged, recharge. So
Mhm.
like even like at work, somebody, made my day. They were like, "You are the biggest cheerleader. You be hyping us up." But I be meaning it. I be like, "Yes,
Right.
you are." Listen, Crystal. They asked me to make a video for someone at work. Like, can you do it? We're gonna try this new video chat or whatever. So I'm on a video like, yes, you're amazing, and this and that. The girl when she watched it, you made me feel good. I was like, I really did. I meant it. And so I could go both ways, but I like to enjoy like just being an introvert, being in my bed by myself, minding my business, watching a good movie, reading a good book. That's my best place.
And I actually, especially now that after the last couple of years, I have definitely become much more um, quieter or just a little bit more pulled back. High Vibe said misconception that I'm mean and stuck up. I have RBF, and I'm not always social when people first meet me. And Misha has talked about this too. Because she is quiet, people already automatically go to this. Oh, she's stuck up, and that's it, and it's kind of just frustrating that people have this idea of you that's the negative. It's not stuck up. Maybe it's just that she's quiet. Maybe she's just being an active listener, and she'll let you know when she wants to to speak up. And I think that that's what I've definitely I talk about this word active listener a lot. And I said, sometimes I just sit back and I listen. And I'm very much like to watch people's expressions. And y'all talk about my facial expression all the time, but how people move. I'm like, oh, okay. So, and it's just helpful because I think I'm an ENTJ. I can't remember exactly, and I actually have it up. But that's definitely an extrovert. And I said, in this last couple of years, I'm both. So,
So y'all taught me the RBF.
yeah,
So High Vibe said she could have that face. So yeah, yeah, I guess sometimes like you that's why I tell people just get to know people, get to act, because you never know, you might miss out on a great friend because you make assumptions like or you assume something like I talked to one of my friends today, and she was just talking about some things that she was going through, and she was going through some major life changes. And with that being said, it was just like, wow, now it makes sense why you're moving this way. But we should just not have misconceptions about people because again, you don't know what's going on. They could have just had a death in the family. They could have just found
yep.
out their dad has cancer. The car just broke down and she only got $200. So we shouldn't just like having a misconception. Or you see somebody in a bad mood at the grocery store, and you be like, they got a stanky attitude. Like I told Crystal, I had a bad misconception about the cashier. He made me mad. He kept yelling through his mask at Myers, and I was like, sir. First, I was like, he's just so nasty. I said, I did say such and such. And then finally, I was like, I'm going to give you grace. So we should just give people more grace and
We
mercy.
should give people more grace, and it's so funny. And I've been thinking about this today as I've been thinking about my new shows coming up, and like Father's Day and Mother's Day, and what I want to do. Especially, this month is International Women's Day, and the Street Preacher podcast, and he's on Maria's show every Wednesday, and people think he's a misogynist and that he's a chauvinist, and he's actually pro woman, but he has some specific views that he's much more of a traditionalist, and I think there's some of them are antiquated, but they're although antiquated, it's what I've grown up with. So I'm not necessarily surprised by. So it's so funny how people can just automatically, oh, he's a horrible person, or because we have all of these manosphere people and just want to hate on you so quickly. And we talked about that was our topic last week, how people just want to go into your comments and just beat you down, so because they have this idea of us. um
While we're talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
misconceptions, we're in the cancel culture, people love to cancel people, and I'm like, y'all thank God we got a Jesus and the Lord to save you because y'all are
Speak
quick
on
to
it.
cancel somebody. What's up with this cancel? You make one mistake or one thing someone they don't agree with, you might let's what we always say on this show. Let's agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. We may, disagree on some things. We may agree on some things, in general. But let somebody not agree with something you say or something you do or you misspeak. They want to be like, on March the 22nd, you said, okay, well, dang, I got tongue tied.
Yes.
Well, let's cancel this person. She stuttered. I mean, like, people, they just be so hard on people. Like at work, I tell people, so they be laughing at people that say, in corporate America. So I'm like, okay, first of all, you try to do stand in front of hundreds of people. And let me hear you not say, So I say, it does sound kind of like, some people do it extremely a lot.
Mm-hmm.
However, you stand up there and I bet not hear no So before you
Right.
start trying to check somebody else about them how about you stand up there and just like the people that we were talking about, the trolls in the audience, they be what they call finger gangsters.
Yes.
Listen, you hear the just troll. So again, we need to stop canceling people so quick, because you never know what people be going through or, why they might be moving that way that particular day. You don't know.
That is, girl, you are you are speaking to me exactly. You don't know what's going on with them, and sometimes they have the confidence to get up there, but it could be the one little thing that could take them off their game, and next thing you know, they're saying and they're just like nervous and everything. So you don't know what's going on with them. Like you said, their father could have passed away. It's something that could trigger them, and instead of criticizing, give somebody grace. That is the absolutely good. Where
Girl,
you
because Eastside Kid wanted to cancel that man. Because I was like about to put the like, who you talking to? Then I was like, something must be wrong with him. I don't know what happened in his life. So I'm not gonna have a misconception that you just this mean guy every day. I'm gonna give
right.
you this grace today.
And you know what? We don't know what they're thinking either. You know, a lot of these people that are, see, and here I go with the but there are a lot of people that have these misconceptions. And I said that might have a lot more to do with you than me. That might have, you don't know what's going on with me. That might have nothing to do with me. But unfortunately, when we're going through it, we don't think of it like that. We just snap to snappy decisions. It's really kind of crazy. I was doing DIY project like I was filming an HGTV show. So I want to go back to what Future said. Yes, and amen, Kia. The past 2 years, I have had to realize have a lot of grace for some people, but my patience for others, rude, entitled, etc., is almost non-existent. I'm working on it, and that's something that I've been working on is patience. Every time.
Yeah, because Mimi said, what would Jesus do? And I be
Mhm.
like, listen, y'all, like that's why I tell people to be hard on people. I be like, well, at least Jesus forgive. Give us a second chance. Because I know he be tired of hearing me. I be like, Lord, just forgive me one more time, one more time. I'm gonna get my life together tomorrow. But before I go to bed, let me just
I knew
please
I
one more
said I was
time.
gonna learn from my mistakes, Jesus. I said it. I know I said it. I know I said it.
Yes, but
But
people be so hard, Crystal. Like they be so hard. And even my sister-in-law, because it was a particular person that she just be like, I don't know why she be want to beef with me, Crystal. Me, you talked about it offline, but she just be trying it. And my sister-in-law was like, well, she trying to be your friend again. And I was like, see, you talking the Holy Spirit that came through you.
I know.
She was like, now. And I'm usually talking her off the ledge. She was like, now go on and just, be nice. She trying to be your friend. Don't hold on to that. I was like, Jesus, you
Kia,
talk through any people. Like you said, he talked through the donkey. And I said she the donkey, but it was weird that she telling me, like, just be nice.
if your cousin did not say that to you though, like I did not, I wouldn't have thought that. And somebody has to come back in and say, and I'll be like, gosh, this guy's so rude. Why is this guy acting like this? And like, because he probably likes you, because he's probably interested and he don't know how to talk to you. And I was like, yo. And so now this girl's trying to be your friend and she's
She
trying to
know,
get
like,
close to you. She
Yeah,
wants
she
to get
was.
that pebble. Whatever you have that's attracting everybody, she wants to have that too. Mm.
So she know what she did last summer. She was
Yeah.
messing with my
No, no,
peace.
no.
She was messing with my
Say
time.
it.
Like when
Mm-mm.
you mess
Here I
with my
go.
peace and my time,
How was she? How was she? What did she do last summer?
so I can't really tell Crystal. So
Okay.
because I
Okay.
would, I opened the door for that,
You
but
did.
I
But
found out she's stalking me. So I don't know if she watching my channel because she knew a whole lot about me, and I was like,
what do we do when friends? Because here on our channels, sometimes it's almost like it's a catalyst for us to open up. Misha was on earlier, and I was like, and I've talked about things that have happened to me when I was a child before, and I'm like, how is it that I get on Maria's show or my own show or somebody else's show? And I'm like, okay, this is what happened when I was 6, and I was like, yo. How is it that we open up and then family season we're like, oh Lord, and we just don't. So somebody's stalking us, and like, now I got to talk to this person. Now I got to talk to family about this. How is it
no,
we?
she knew too much, and that's the only way you would know is because you've been watching my stuff. So yeah, she knew too much, and I was like, but I know what you did last summer. So you need to come correct. I'm gonna be nice, but I know what you did last summer.
So do you keep that in your arsenal? Do you just keep it until she keeps acting up, or how do you navigate her? Listen, you need to pull back. You need to stay in your lane. You just say, I know what you did last summer. You know,
No, I don't trust her. So like I said, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't. When my sister got me together and was like, "You gotta be nice," I talk to her again. But as far as trust, 'cause I need to know why. What's your motives? Why are you, why are you moving like that? Because the stuff she was doing, she was going overboard. You be like, "Girl, you doing too much."
yeah.
You,
And there's a lot, honestly, and that's the thing. Some family, they're the ones that are doing too much. Sometimes, and we've said this before on here, that family be the worst ones. Family be the ones we can't trust. Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So like I said, with that case like that, with stuff like that, you just be like, listen, we're gonna have a sit down, like, when she's ready to, have that real conversation. Cause I did like tell her that she did some stuff and she couldn't answer. So until you give me an answer, I can't move forward with you in a safe place. So I was just like, cause
So that's how you do it. So
I
that's what I
told
was
her it was a problem. I told her what she was doing. I was like, girl, you coming for me. Cause she really was. She was doing some extra stuff. And I was like, you doing some stuff that can ruin me. And that, like, literally, I'm not exaggerating.
right,
And I
right.
was like, you're doing some stuff that is not, that's not good. And she was just like, and now you want to be my best friend? Like I forgot. That's like a dude cheating on you, and then he come back like like we don't talk about it.
Yeah, like he didn't do
No,
nothing. Hey, what's up?
like you didn't cheat. You didn't have a whole baby on me. We just gonna be back together.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you love me no more? And that's what I was asking. Like, how is it that you let her know? You know what? You need to give me 50 feet. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. So you had to sit down with her and you said, sweetheart, you doing too much.
Yeah, and she was a ghost. Like she was just like, like oblivious. That
You
okay.
know what? And the thing is, until you have that sit down with them, they don't know that they're doing anything wrong. Until they think they're just gonna keep moving
No,
negligent. They're just gonna keep moving like that.
no. We're not gonna get them people that excuse, Chris. That excuse. When you know that, like, okay, I know when I'm being petty, okay? Like we was at work the other day and the chat at work was off the hook. And I was like, I was like, I got my popcorn because y'all is off the hook. I'm letting y'all know I'm in petty moment. So when we got ready to have a meeting, I was like, I'm gonna let y'all know this is the petty kid. This is the unprofessional petty kid. I was like, but that chat this morning was quite entertaining. They were arguing in the chat, so the chat went and left at work. So it had nothing to do with me, but I was a part of the team, and I was just like,
But so, and you just gotta sit back and listen, like, yo, is this how you guys have a conversation at work? Like, is this what y'all do? But
yeah,
I also firmly believe that because people are just a little bit, I don't want to say crazy, but They don't know how they're moving. Just like on our shows, on our reality shows that we watch, I said, you don't know that you're acting like this. I just,
I
it's a little
think
bit of a psychosis.
people do until they're challenged. So, like I said, when I say a grown woman, when people do stuff, I'm like, I hold people accountable. Like, you a grown woman. Come on now. Even if you wasn't raised with common sense, certain stuff be out of order. And she knew what she was doing. Because she was picking, and you picking because you think you got me in a place where like that I need you, and I don't. So again, she knew what she was doing. So yeah, sometimes people have to be called out on that carpet, and she didn't think I was gonna call her out. Like, okay, that goes back with that misconception. Like, they must didn't tell you. You better check my resume. Like,
Right.
girl, we not gonna play these games. So people don't call her out. But when she got called out, she's like, you called me out.
Yeah. And how you move, that's up to you. But I'm still gonna call you out. I'm still gonna say something. I'm still gonna be honest.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
I said, I think sometimes it's like, who, me? How people be doing something. It's another like person that I know that's like that, Crystal. And her misconception is she play like she's so sweet. Like she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so gorgeous, Crystal. Oh my gosh, like people, everybody look at Crystal. Look at Kia." And then she be on some shady stuff. And she'd be like, "Who, me? Like I did that?" Like she'll invite your enemy to your event, like to your you do your movie. She'll invite your enemy to your premiere and be like, "I didn't know y'all didn't like each other.
Mm.
I didn't know y'all were enemies." That
Okay.
real life, that housewives stuff. People they know, and she be like, "Who, me?"
And that's when you got to just sit back and watch, and you see how they're moving. You see, okay, is this how you move? Okay, I got it. Just like you said, I got it in my head. I know how you move. So, and that actually kind of leads us to our next conversation. We were going to talk about communication styles and just like communication breakdown between women. And
So we got a funny story.
you start.
So we're gonna talk about communication. And yes, y'all know I got a little hood. Y'all see my Detroit East Side. But okay.
And you know what's so funny, y'all? And then this, we're going to talk about something at the end of the show. But sometimes Kia and I are in sync, and we're like, and we try to dress up for our nightly show. And sometimes I'm like, should I dress down? Should I dress up? So I dressed up, and then I come on, and Kia in a sweatshirt and a hat. I'm like, oh shoot. And Misha's still in the chat. You know, Misha, you know what I did. I was like, I should go change. And
so y'all know,
swear.
I told her, I said, "No, you killing." I said, your internet boo might be out he might be in Greece watching you, Crystal. So do not dress down because Kia got her 313 hat on. Yes, first home tuber. Yes, don't dress down because I want you to, look good tonight. Just because I've been working hard. I've been putting in work at work. So I'm trying to rebrand myself at work, rebrand myself and my personal stuff. So that's why I'm looking a little like I've been in the trenches. But let's talk about communication. So Crystal, I text Crystal something, and then she texts me back. So she was getting a little concerned. Crystal would get on a flight, and if you don't answer Crystal, because when I was sick during the holiday, she was like, "Okay, now you said you had whatever. Okay, why you not answer, Crystal? I can't see." So this time I could see. So I text Crystal, "I'm laid up right now."
She said, I'm laid up.
So before we go on, what do y'all think laid up mean? So we want to hear in the comments, what does laid up mean? If you receive a text from one of your friends that says, "I'm laid up right now, I can't talk," what does that mean to you?
That's it. She said, I'm laid up right now, I can't talk. And I'm like, you're laid up? Okay.
So Crystal, go ahead and tell them what you thought I was doing.
I said, with dick? Like, I was like, what do you? And I said, well, she said she's celibate, but hey, look, get yours. I was like, I don't listen. I'm not going to dispute nothing. So I was like, what do you mean you're laid up? And I was like, did you break your leg? Like it, when I see y'all, I consider me, Kia, all of us, we're friends, right? So I'm like, did you break your leg? Like, what's going on? And at that point, so I was like, Kia? And so
I'm glad that we got some clean people in the chat.
You're laid up. And I was like, just answer me at this point. Just stop. Just answer me. And listen, I don't care. I just want to know you okay.
See, some of y'all dirty minds. Some of y'all, that's why y'all deserve. That's why y'all are in the VIP section. Some of y'all got like, who said prison bay? No, no prison bays.
Or someone said on the floor. Like I was like, what do you mean you laid up? Where's Misha? Like, listen. I said, now every time, Makia, I said, call me anytime, call me late at night, whatever you need, just call me. And I was like, what do you mean you're laid up? Are you okay? Mm-hmm. Go ahead,
So,
Kia.
Mimi, who are you laid up with right now? What are you? How are you laid up? What does that mean?
Yeah. That's why I said, listen, if it's something important, don't text me. You need to call me and let's listen. And let's are you at the hospital? What do you mean? So yeah.
Now,
Mm.
Ellen, see, inquiring minds want to know. You got some friends, and then you got some friends. So, what type of friends are we talking about?
See, and that's the communication breakdown. Something we talk about these text messages, and nobody talks no more. I was like, y'all need to be clear. So yes, who are these friends? And so, Kim, go ahead,
Well,
Kim.
text messages can go left real quick, or like even like at work, you get an email and it don't. You be like, hold on, you mad? You at work? Like what? What you talking? Like I said, the hood side of me, because yeah, I do got a little hood. Like I be trying to be good, but sometimes like, oh, you talking? You put all capital letters, and maybe they just accidentally left the cap lock on. Because sometimes I do. I'll be typing something on my Instagram or something, and I'll be like, "Oh, I don't mean to have all caps. I'm not screaming." But yeah, text can go wrong real quick. Because it was a guy that I was texting the other week, and we going back and forth, and then next thing we both had an attitude, and then he just finally called me, was like, "Okay,
Like, what's going
what's
on?"
the problem, lady?"
And Kia figured it out. A couple days later, she said at 9:30 in the morning, I got a call from her. Okay, Chris, this is what's going on. I said, okay, good. But you need but so I just feel like, and sometimes, and it's so funny. So I am one to do like this and speak into the phone and just send the text. And I'm like, and I don't know what I just sent. And so I just know that sometimes communication is just best. You got to, and also we don't know, we got to make sure we know who we texting. Like we've talked about this before. That would, she about to say it. To listen, let's see, you see how she, because sometimes you think you texting one person and you text the wrong person. Go ahead, Kim.
No, I can't with these comments. You know how it just throw you off? That's what threw me off.
Oh, okay, Trey Mac, you're doing too much. Like,
Exactly. That's what threw me off. I was like, who paid it to the
and
moment?
sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
East side down. East. I was like, did you break your leg? What do you mean laid up? Like whatever it is. So anyway, but yeah. Sometimes I feel like
But
when we don't
guys,
communicate the right way, it can go left very quickly. You laid up with a man. I don't care. I just
but I
need to know the
was laid up.
information. Just
Chris, I was laid up. I literally had my wedge pillow, and I had like one up under my leg. So my legs were laid up. And then I had one behind my behind my head. And I was another wedge pillow, and I was laid up. Not feeling good.
hey, I'm
No
not feeling
bays.
good.
No bay. And then I'm like, no, what bay taking me out in the middle of the day? Because I don't even like really daytime sex.
Doesn't matter. Like you just said, taking you out. Like he could be taking you to lunch. I don't know, but like it doesn't matter. Never mind, y'all. Yeah, see, and now I'm getting the stuttering like he just talked about.
See, Trader got us all in a different way. Laid up, like,
I'm not
no.
clicking on Trey no more. I'm not clicking on.
Yeah. Because that's what threw me off when I'm reading. I'm like,
see, and they say they're in bed, but then I have some friends laid up means they're being okay. Some that just means they're just laying back. They're just like not feeling well. Just say you're not feeling. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes when we get things misconstrued, especially in these text messages and these DMs and stuff like that. I'm like, and that's another thing. These DMs. I mean, somebody DM'd me, "Hey, where do you live?" And I was like, and then got mad a week later that I didn't answer his DM, and I'm like, why? And he said, "Why aren't you answering my DMs?" I said, "Because I don't know you, and I need to be safe." And I just don't understand that. I don't understand that, and I don't. That's not that's not how I could talk and meet people. I don't
Absolutely.
know.
Like I said,
I'm not used to that yet, y'all.
so yeah, sometimes yeah, um written communication is always not the best. And sometimes, like I said, it can come off creepy. Cause I had like guys at work DM me. Not DM me, what is it called at work when they
They send you a Teams or they send
yeah,
you a
teams. I don't know you,
mess-
dude. Just because I got the red hair on today looking fly, don't be up there all about. We in a meeting. I've had that happen. Have you ever had that? You be like, this sound like this is human resources.
right.
We're
They
supposed to
checking
be,
on you.
we're supposed to be working. And
That
you're
is
talking about, I
so
see your
weird.
hair every time.
That is so strange. Kia works in a different type of company. They just have conversations that I just don't have, but I get it.
So
They
no,
want to
it
see,
didn't.
but
It
they
wasn't
also,
like
I feel like they want to test you. Go ahead.
I think it's the pandemic that did it. Because I'm like, come on now, we a Fortune 500 company. So y'all in here acting a plumb fool. But it was funny. Like I said, them teams been off the hook lately. I'm like, somebody need to monitor these teams.
Right.
So you know what? That's a whole nother topic. Like, do you think working from home has made us more relaxed? And you forget, because one day I was on a Teams. This is offline with communication. So I'm on the Teams, right, y'all? So you know how you're working. So your laptop. So I have like a laptop and I have two monitors on the side. So if your laptop is open all the time and you're in a meeting, sometimes you forget you're in a meeting because you're multitasking. You're like, okay, I'm sending this report over here. I'm listening. Okay. And so I got to start digging in my bra.
Wait, were you on camera?
Yes. I forgot that because you get so comfortable because you're sitting there all day. So if you're sitting somewhere for 8 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
8 to 10 hours a day, and you're sitting there and like, I don't, like the meeting, it's not your turn to speak or you don't have nothing to say. So you're like, okay, let me go ahead and answer this email real quick. Let me,
Right.
somebody else teaming me over here, but I'm here, but I forgot just that quick I was here. So all of a sudden I'm just digging it. I was in it.
We get so comfortable, and like you said, you're on it because I've had a 4-hour meeting, and I'm like, I got to take my camera down. Like, listen, the dogs start barking, and you know how she do, and I'm like, no, I'm taking everything down. So I was, so you just want to get loose, or you just want to relax. You sitting in your room, yeah. I don't blame you on that. I just
So
don't blame you on
Mimi,
that.
who are you asking? So if you asking Crystal, Crystal's in Atlanta, I'm in Detroit. So we ain't gonna make you
No, I
mad.
think that she's saying because I told her I got a DM and the guy that I'd never met before just DM me and asked me where do you live? Like
Okay, cool,
where
cool.
are you
Okay.
from?
See,
Where
y'all,
where do you live?
I'm slow today.
I'm like, I don't know you. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about those. Mimi said, how do you feel about them group texts? Okay, listen here. Do not wake up on Christmas morning at 6 o'clock in the morning sending them group messages out, and then half the people in the family chat, we don't even know who. You're like, who number is this? Then you always get that rude family member. They be like, don't you just take it on? Take the notifications off. Take me out of here. Go to bed.
Right.
Put coal in your stocking. Like it be always that one person that be going in. Have you ever experienced that in the communication? And you be like,
Yes.
is this a family member? Who is this? Why are you angry? Whose number is 313?
So do you send group texts the day of like Christmas or Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving or something like that? No, me and my family have a group me. It's everything's in the group me, and that's it. Not just constantly sending these group texts. Yeah, because it might be somebody that I haven't seen in hell in 2.5 years. and okay, nice to
Teacher said I'm in her
meet
prayers.
you.
Thank ya. I be going through it, but I be in a good mood. Like all jokes aside, I find humor in everything. Okay, I be cracking up. Like I be on the floor, like literally. Like I said, when that incident happened at work, I was like, who's monitoring this chat? Somebody.
And they
I
know that
I
somebody has to be monitoring them though too.
it wasn't because so wait, y'all got okay, so I gotta cut it. Y'all know y'all love my story time. So this is what happened in that situation. So we got a new coworker. So Crystal, he came off like aggressive when the first time I didn't meet him. He was just talking in the meeting. So he was kind of like DMX. So he said he from New York. So I'm like, so after the meeting, I was like, he scared me. And y'all know too much don't scare me. So I was like, he scared me. I said, I think he went to jail. I was like, I think he must have got his record expunged because he's a little aggressive. And they didn't know he had a record. So, y'all know, if you don't know, if you're new to the chat, I'm a writer. So I make up stories.
You just had the man in prison. You've never even seen him. He was on.
No, I seen him. We were in a team's meeting.
But you've never met him though. But
But he
all
was
you
like,
heard was a voice.
this is how he was coming. He was like, and then we talk about reports. He was like, so this right here, you move this over here, you read it. So I was like, okay.
That's that misconception though.
So put a pin in it. I get it. So put a pin in it. So this is on the story where messages go wrong. So our manager put in the teams some work direction or something in the teams, right? This is a group chat. Okay. I don't know who she's talking to. I'm over here trying to do my work. So he said, somebody better tell her.
He said that about you?
No, I wasn't. I was minding my business. I'm doing my work. He said, okay, listen here. The manager put in there, here's some work direction I want completed, yada, yada, yada. She's supposed to be respected, right? She's the manager. So he put in the chat, somebody better tell her. So the manager, she must have been in her feelings. So she went back and was like, my name is not her. My name is. So when she said, my name is, she was checking him. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Get your life. So that's what my interpretation was, get your life. So at that point, I'm sitting at my desk like, what just happened? So then, after she said, my name is, he say, I wasn't even talking about you. He typing, he said, I wasn't even talking about you. I was talking about this other person. But he knew. So he didn't realize the other person was about that life too. She was like, what you mean you talking about me? She was like, I ain't know her either.
This all sounds bad.
That's why I had my popcorn. That's why I was just sitting in my seat like,
yo.
How you come in? And I get you said misconceptions. He might be in a book, y'all. I might write his story. But he was, that misconception, he was like, came off like DMX Crystal. He was like, rah, gonna move that up there? I was like, where did he come from? If I seen him in person, I'd probably be scared.
But you don't know what he's going through. That could be just how that's
every conversation he's have had since I've been back has been aggressive, Crystal. And then for you to disrespect your manager and say somebody better tell her, who is her? What we gonna tell her?
Y'all, do people even know how to communicate nowadays? Like a different type of communication in text message and at work and at and on the phone, and like if you're talking to a boss, you don't talk a certain way. And we've talked about this. I know we're not getting into the reality show and how Lindsay communicates, and we're just like, girl, like you're not going to be good at a corporate event. And then Mimi just said, I did go off once on a group text. My dad had just died, and the person who sent me the text already knew about my recent loss. So they had sent you a text. Was it sorry for your loss text, or was it like a Merry Christmas text, or they just added your name to something stupid, and you're like, listen, did you just go there? Listen.
And sometimes you do, like you said, sometimes you have to like, text going wrong. Like you said, where people like, it was one girl that was not texting me. She was like on my Facebook, and she was like, asked me about her boo. And I'm like, girl, I ain't worried about your boo. My dad just died. So sometimes you do have to go off. You're like, listen, girl, that is the least of my concern. My dad just died, so I get it. Sometimes when people be inconsiderate and be like, well, next, if you say, oh, well, something happened, and people are like, oh, well, would you want to order some pizza? You be like, I just told you my dad died. Like, what?
Shindy just called him an educated thug. I actually like that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, they say he's
Mhm.
smart.
You like they say it. Somebody said it. They said he's smart. But sometimes they don't care. Oh yeah, I just told you my dad just passed away. You want some pizza? And nobody is, if it's not having to do anything with them, then they don't want to even relate to it. It's
Yeah, so no,
mm-mm.
I don't answer the group text messages, like I said. And like I said, y'all know, like I said, sometimes I am petty. And like I said, when the group text messages go, someone be interesting. So one I don't know if Shantae's reality is still in the world, in the chat. I mean, I know she's still in the world, but in the chat. So one day it was somebody's birthday in the family, and the person and their mother was like at odds before the birthday. So in the chat, she said the mama said happy birthday. He was like, "Why are you telling me happy birthday now?" He was like, "We ain't even talking." So I'm on the floor like it's a work day. I'm literally like Crystal. I was on the floor like, did he just tell her that they beefing? And then she said something else, and the beef was going back and forth between them. And I'm like, but I thought he was in.
No, but then you're telling everybody. See, this is why I don't like group text. If you telling everybody your business,
It was more to it. I can't remember because my mind is not the same. But they was going back and forth, and everybody was like, "What just happened here?" And then right after that situation, when it was going back and forth, people start asking to be removed. Like, I can't take this chat no more. I don't
right.
want to be in the birthday. I don't want to tell nobody happy birthday. I don't want to say nothing because that
I do it
chat
on my
went all the
own.
way left. He was like, "Girl, you ain't talked to me in a month and 2 Tuesdays, so why are you telling me happy birthday now?"
Yo, I would not want to be in that chain message. And I would probably be doing the same thing you doing, just like, yo, what is going on? Just like sitting back and just watching and listening. And like you said, I don't want to answer them no more. I don't want to do any of that. Um, Go ahead, Gia.
Yeah, so no, I want to see. He said, "No, people don't know how to communicate. I'm getting worse and worse, but it be some funny stuff. I'm with Kia Popcorn Ready." Exactly, because you nosy too. Because the thing is, I think because we've been at home for mostly 2 years. I was at home where I worked home prior to that, so I already knew working home etiquette or whatever. So some people this is new to them. So people be at home cooking. Y'all know all them pandemic babies. People was having sex during their lunch breaks and in the middle of the day. People was just got real relaxed and loose. So they just forgot that this is their job, and people just be their body language be different. Their communication. So I think they just forgot that you have a job that pays you to be professional. And I think like a lot of our people, managers and leaders are kind of like been lax lately. But I'm like, no, you need to get them together because what they say, an educated thug, I can't do. This is my safe place. If I want to be with thugs, I can go to the hood.
There's something you just said though. You said a lot of our people and that are managers and leaders. That would
Mm-mm.
okay. You
My
said
managers and leaders are not black.
okay because you
So
just said
maybe I
our
misspoke.
people. No, I was like, oh, this is a good.
No, most of my managers are not black.
Okay. So do you think that because of the pandemic, a lot of okay, so I'm gonna put transition then. A lot of our people have become a little bit more laxed in the
I
pandemic.
think all people, because like I said, have y'all like listen? Some of these meetings, like one girl, her husband used to be like cussing in the background, and she act like she was doing us a favor by working, and I didn't even know that. Like she didn't seem that way when we were at the building. She seemed
Right.
like she was a nice lady
Hmm.
with her little lunch bag. We went home. That house was off the hook. And one time I hung up on, we was on a conference call and I couldn't, it was just so much chaos. The husband cussing in the background, asking somebody down the street, do you need a lawnmower? It was just crazy. I was like, I don't know what y'all got going on. And I tried to stay on the call, but I just like, ended it. And then later on, I told the manager, I said, listen, I can't, every time we on a call with her, it's too chaotic. So I just, you need to do something.
That's really strange. And I think you told me about this, that she wouldn't say, you know what, I need to go somewhere else to work, or y'all need to regulate yourself during the day. I need to keep my job.
But the thing about that is, when I said she's a nice lady with a lunchbox, who knows? He could have been an abuser.
He could have
Because
been very.
my thing is, like my pastor said this at the early pandemic. He's like, they tell him everybody to go home and be safe. This is where you're safe at. But to some people, it wasn't safe. Just because they're getting away from the, COVID doesn't mean that where they're going is safe. Now they got somebody in there fighting them every day, because he ain't got nowhere to go. So with that case, I'm like, he knows this is your job and you making good money. So why is he messing with your bread and butter? Because he was off the hook.
And I just think that a lot of people don't understand, even though we're working from home, we're still working. And just because you don't see me going somewhere every day, no, I still have to behave a certain way. I still have, and a lot of people call it like code switching, but it's still important to do. Even with customer service now, we can hear all kinds of mess in the background. Yes, we do. I hear babies crying. I hear dogs barking, like on Crystal and that show. You hear all kinds of stuff going on in the background. I'm like, what's really? What's happening?
So I think we just need to adjust, like I said, with the communication. And like I said, I think that's I stopped doing it, like even with the birthdays, like telling people happy birthday via text. Like we need to stop. I know it's a lot of technology, but I think you can give people a personal text message. Hey, happy
Yes.
birthday! It don't take that long to just call somebody. Hey, happy birthday! I'm just thinking about you. Put that inflection in there. Like, hey, Crystal, happy birthday! Where's the Crystal?
Right.
Right, Crystal. So with that being said, I think sometimes we done got out that some people like now when it's come to work, when I ain't coming in, I don't want you to be asking me, am I feeling better? What's wrong? So I prefer to text you on that stuff like that. But yeah, Crystal did make, brought to my attention, like, texts are not always good. I'm not getting into the situation, but yeah, sometimes, like I said, I think get so comfortable with texting everything, communicating, written communication, and it could always go left. Like I said, with those group chats, you have people in the chat fighting. Who said they bringing the macaroni? Oh no. Like Trey said, I'm nosy, so I'll be there with my popcorn. Like,
Yeah. What is happening? Yo. I'm like, that everybody is seeing this, right? And see, and that's another thing. If I need to say something specifically to you, I'll be like, okay, let me go to specifically to that person, because you just don't know. You don't know what that person's going through. It's honestly, and because you don't know what the other person is going through or what's going on in their head, that is when you need to speak to them one-on-one. So it's the communication breakdown. And I know that there's a lot of communication breakdown, not just between us as Black people, but us as women and us between the opposite sex. So I just sometimes, now if it's something just no big deal, go ahead and text me. but if it's something I was like, yo, I can just call me, just let me know.
True story. I remember I got the business. So I don't do group text often. I'm not the one who started the group text. But we had a situation where we were doing what's that, DNA ancestry.com.
Mm-hmm.
So, we was trying to help a family member find her family members. Okay. So if everybody, because I was the one that was running her account, checking her, stuff on the site or app or whatever. Because, I'm an investigator, if y'all don't know. I like to investigate. I like to put the puzzle together. So, I'll be like, so hopefully I ain't gonna be doing that to my new boo, but I'm an investigator though. Okay, so anyhow, everybody kept asking me questions, Crystal. So, this person calling you, this person texting you. So it was only like, 4 people that was kept asking me questions about where's the status. Did you hear anything back? Did you, what you see? Yada, yada, yada. So I put a group text together and was like, hey, this is what happened today. This person reached out, yada, yada, yada. Crystal, do you know the mama got mad because I included her sisters in the group text?
Did she tell you not to include the sisters in the group text?
But why wouldn't you? Okay,
Why doesn't she want the sisters to know?
okay, so
He
that's
calls
why
me
I
the
said
instigator. Y'all know I'm like intrigued. Like,
no. That's why I was like, so she didn't tell me. So she was like, So this is the story. So we was looking for somebody daddy. Okay, let's be clear. So we was looking for somebody daddy. So the mama, I don't know, she just didn't want us to find a daddy or what, but I was like, girl, she was like, who told her to do this? And why is she telling everybody? First of all, you didn't tell me it was a secret, and the person, your daughter, she told me I could do this. You know what I'm saying? She the one who gave me her password and all her stuff. So, because she not good at like, investigating or whatever. So I asked her, like, everybody knew they was trying to help put the puzzle together. And if you see a name on the little paper, if you see a weird name, I don't know who these people was. I was not born until 1976. So I don't know who Jones is. I don't know. So we seeing names. I don't know these people. So I know who related to me. So I can X them off. So anyway, the mama was like, who told her? So she in the group chat going off on me. I said, listen, I don't need these problems. Who she thinks she is.
right.
Here, Simone. Why you checking for me, boo? But yeah, she was in that chat, and so every time she would get the chat, she would like get irritated or whatever, and get mad at me. So I just stopped. So I asked the daughter, I was like, "So do you want me to take her out the chat, your mama out the chat, because this seems like this is a problem?" Then she said, "No, if you take her out the chat, then she gonna think we talking about her behind her back." So which one do you want? So do y'all think I should have left the mama in the chat or took her out? Because I'm like, she.
Don't say nothing until the investigation is done, and then call her up and say, "This is the information I found out." Since you don't want to think that take her out of it. She don't need to know.
Man,
Fine.
Shantae, Ria, you want to join the panel? I'm telling you, she was going all crystal. She was going gangster on me. She was like, "Who told you?" But again, don't you think she would have felt some kind of way if we was all talking about this case? This was like a major case. Like
Right.
it was like anybody ever been on Ancestry.com? It is so much stuff. So if we trying to break the case in real life, y'all think I'm gonna give. I used to watch CSI all the time, and I watch, y'all give me a DVD set. If y'all ever want to give me, I'm gonna give y'all my PO box because I love Stabler. So y'all know Stabler got a new show,
Yes.
Organized Crime. So yes, so I be thinking I be investigating Crystal. So I'm up there putting the stuff together, like yeah. And she was like, "But don't you think if I would have found something out and told everybody else first?"
You
She
should
would have been
have.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, y'all over there, what y'all over there doing?"
But
So I
that's
don't
her
think I could have
issue.
won.
Just like Chindi said, there's something else going on there. She must have known the background. There's something else going
Or we
on.
were getting too close.
You're getting too close. I like to investigate too. I'm sitting on that. That's where I was before I came on here watching the ID channel, and then I get scared. Like, yeah, you just like to investigate. So
Yes.
what happened? Who belongs to the red truck? Who's this man? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That mom had something to do with it. She knew
Yeah,
something.
High Five said I should have called her out because I did. I was like, so then when the daughter didn't take my back, so she in the chat all quiet. Like she didn't tell me to give me her password. Like, like I just randomly like, yeah, I'm just gonna stalk y'all. Like,
So you know what? I have a point though. I would have just sat down. So why don't you tell me what you know, and maybe we can work together, and then just cut her out. Say, look, I got the investigation. I got it. I'll take care of it from here.
we couldn't get that part out of her. She was like, "Ooh, child."
And sometimes some people don't have the heart to do it. The type of people that like to investigate, that just like to sit there and comb through stuff and research stuff. That's the type of people we are, kid. And a lot of people just like, I just wait. Some people just want to pay for the information.
So I'm gonna tell y'all a true story because I'm telling all the tea. Shantae Reality says she here. If y'all like it here, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to both pages because you never know when Kia Simone gonna do a story time or when I
Yes.
get excited. When I got on tonight, I said, Crystal, I ain't even ate dinner, but I forgot I was hungry. So
You never know. Crystal got a lot of content coming. Kia got
yes.
He getting letters and the people sending their letters. Listen, there's gonna be a lot coming. There's gonna be a lot coming from us coming. But
So what was I
keep
about to
going,
say?
yeah.
So this how the thing came, okay? So I'm probably gonna get in trouble. So, but I know Shantae's reality got my back. Boop, boop. So it was these people are real funny, Crystal, in real life. So y'all know how dysfunctional families are. Everybody got one. So every time, like we be like sitting at Thanksgiving dinner and somebody cut the turkey, and she be like, I don't even know who my daddy is. Where that come from? We just trying to cut this turkey.
Wait,
So
did she have a knife in her hand when she said it?
no, that's a little exaggerated, but it would just be like weird. Like it always at the weird times. Like we be doing something and we just random. Like one day they was clipping coupons, and some told me not to go outside. Some said, do not go sit out on that patio. Today is not the day. Sitting here with these kids, okay? So I was sitting in the house with the kiddies at the kiddie table, okay? So when people started coming in, they was like, why you sitting in here? I'm chilling with the kids. Then all of a sudden, it blew up. It was like, I was like, what just happened? So all you hear is like, Dad, what you
Arguing.
doing cutting coupons? I'm like, they argue about coupons? And then every time, it wasn't about the coupons. And then they start talking about the daddy again. I was like, will y'all please find her daddy? Please. So at that point, I was like, I'm going to help you get your daddy. I was being a good Samaritan. Like, okay. But if the mama had a secret, you should have said, you know what? Don't y'all go digging, leave well enough alone. But instead of her attacking me, yeah, so it was like every time we would be somewhere, Crystal, it was like, you don't know my daddy. Like, do you really want to know your daddy? Like, so the mama and daughter were beefing. So
Right, I was
every
about to
time
say
they
she
would
was
get
doing
an
this to the
audience,
mother, right?
huh?
She
Yeah,
was
so
doing
every
this to the
time the
mother.
whole family come around, so I don't even think they probably do this when they by themselves. But anytime it's an audience, everybody like I said, just trying to enjoy, opening up Christmas presents, or we just trying to eat the turkey and macaroni and cheese. They get into it. So I was gonna be the good Samaritan and help her find her daddy.
Y'all, kid keep trying to be the good Samaritan.
I need y'all to stop arguing about
Honestly,
this situation.
sometimes the children, I think that was the right place to be is sit there right next to the kids because the kids are so innocent. They'll tell the whole story. They'll be like, okay, this is what's going on.
No,
Mm.
we was sitting there like, cause you know how you just feel it. I felt it in my. I just felt it when I pulled up. I was like, today they're gonna be on that again. So I was like, let me just sit in here. I don't need to feel the breeze. The patio door open. I'm sitting here with these kids and watch. What we watching Disney? Okay. And then so when the other adults were coming in the house, Crystal, they was like, why you sitting here? And then that's when it popped off. Like, it was like maybe 30 minutes later. And then, like I said, they'd be like, I need to know who my daddy is. You just won't tell me. I'm like, well, I'm 45 and I ain't never, listen, I don't think today is the day.
Y'all, family secrets. I'm from the South. I was born in the South. There's so many family secrets. So many, and people just lying behind their hurt feelings. Just hire us to investigate. We'll investigate for you.
I don't think she want to know really. Cause I told her, I said, what if he a crackhead? What if he rob you blind? What if it's
Doesn't
bad?
matter. You want to know.
I
She
said, do
want
you
to know.
really want to know?
You want to know. You want to know if he's a crackhead. You want to know. You want to know the backstory. You want
So
to know
that's a
why.
question to y'all. Okay, so let's pose this question in the comments. If you didn't know who your dad was, or your mother, or one of your parents was, and there was a risk that that person could have been a bad person, like a bank robber, or just something crazy, and maybe that's why they didn't tell you. Would you try to force? Would you really want to know? Like, what if, like, do you know? I mean, I get that you want to know, but what if that person come into your life and make your life or live in like he double hockey stick?
Yeah, I would want to know. And I'll tell you, gosh, see, here you go, Kia. I just said earlier about what an hour ago that every time I get on here, I tell more of my life. So so y'all know I would want to know. So my stepfather's in the military, but my biological father's in the military too. My biological father, alcoholic, and didn't find him reintroduced to him when I was in my 20s. Around I hadn't seen him since I thought it was 7, but he said it was 10, right? At 27, find out that he had gotten heavy into drugs. But to me, I was like, at least I know, and it was probably a good idea that I didn't, wasn't around him. You understand what I mean? That he did go ghost for that long, because not to have me um, subject to all of that. So yeah, so I'm glad I did know. I'm glad I did know, and honestly, it sticks in your craw because he only lived 40 minutes from me.
40
So
minutes?
he lives 40 minutes from me, in from where I lived in California. So that's so yeah. So I would want to know. I would want to know, he'd been living in another city the whole time. Just did not reach out. He knew where my mother lived. Like, he knew where we were, just did not. And now, so when I got back introduced to him, he had, um, you know, rehab and back, reintroduced himself into the church, and now he's deacon of the church, and the whole, he's a different man now. So I would want to know. I'm glad I did know. I'm glad I did know what happened to. I had found out I had a 16-year-old brother that I never met.
Hmm.
Had never met my brother. He was sick, and yeah, stuff like that. But you want to know. I'm glad I know, because the man lived 40 minutes from me, and just did not. Yeah, even when he got reintroduced back into the church, he still didn't come. I had to actually, start doing my research, as we were just talking about, and search him out. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I
So,
know I'm like y'all know I'm silly. Although I made light of the conversation, the situation, because they do it when you think about it. Because y'all got to remember, I'm a writer, so it just is funny, but it's sad at the same part for her. Sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying. So yeah, keep her lifted in prayer that if she wants him, and yes, we
yeah,
hugs the
see,
crystal.
this is what happens. We were joking and laughing and everything, and then Crystal goes serious on us. That's not, that wasn't the plan,
But
y'all.
you never know what you're gonna get when you come here.
That is
So
very true. He
yeah,
is. Let me pose a question in the chat, and the next thing you know, I open up. See,
but that's the
that's
truth of the matter. People want to know, but sometimes you have to be comfortable. What if you don't know? And that's why I be telling her, like, do it really matter? Okay, what if God blocked that for a reason? If it's meant to be, God would open those doors for you. Like,
and I
God knows
think
when it's
that's
perfect timing. Like you said 40 minutes away. It was time for you to know. Like, when like I used to be so bitter and so angry. And so I would be mean to my dad, like disrespectful, like, just because, and some of that's another thing. Parents, be careful what you tell your children. So I was like, just disrespectful. And so when I was going through another situation in life, God knew that my heart had softened, and that's when He knew that He can like bring him back into my life. So sometimes we have to be ready for certain people or certain situations. Maybe we're more patient. Maybe that person needs to go through healing, just like with me and Crystal waiting for our future husbands. Maybe He's preparing your husband right now, Crystal, and maybe He's still preparing you. So your husband somewhere, getting his career together, and he don't even know that Crystal is his future wife. So we just gotta trust in God's timing, and that if it's meant to be, it will happen.
That's very true, and I definitely agree with you that that was God, like, blocking it and saying that it wasn't for you to be around him at that time. So I agree with that, and we got to trust his timing. Yeah, and I deal with that too. That there are, sometimes you gotta just constantly remind yourself of God's timing. So yeah, you see how we always bring it back. Thank
That's what I'm saying. But no, that's what I said, because I be trying to tell people like, okay, it's not that. People like, well, you know who your daddy is, so why you tell her? And I just don't want her to feel sad, and that's why I was like, I get that the mom may. To me, truthfully, I don't think she just want nobody to know, and I don't know. It's
But
just
see, and you
we
know what's sad is she's dealing with her own demons. The mom is dealing with her own, demons and her own insecurity, and that's okay. Whether we're adults or children, we're all gonna have that. So it
And
makes sense.
I just tell people all the time,
Mhm.
we learn better, we do better. Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you might lose. Sometimes the truth may hurt some stuff, but
Yep.
sometimes you gotta tell the truth. And I'm gonna say that from my own experience. Y'all say Kia be telling too much. I'll be like, let me just free myself because I don't need nothing held over my head. And Crystal, by the way, that red and that yellow behind you, whatever color that wore mustard is doing everything tonight. Um
But and then you just said Kia be telling too much. I feel like Crystal be telling too much, and that's why I really appreciate y'all coming in here and just hanging out with us. Because sometimes we just be telling too much, but we
Yeah,
want to keep
well,
it.
y'all the VIP section, so y'all get all see y'all be getting stories that look we didn't even come here to tell people business, but that's just like just a true story that sometimes like with that situation I just told y'all about, I laughed about it, but it's it'd be funny though because they do be cracking up. We be like, why she cut the turkey? Like, can we just eat? But in real reality, is one of those things where we have to learn how to break generational curses and we have to like stop hiding behind our shame. And if y'all been watching this show long enough, y'all know Kia be telling all her stuff to people like, listen, either you take it or you leave it. Hey, but you ain't gonna hold nothing over my head. I ain't gonna be like scared that one day a piece of mail gonna come in the mail. No, 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 no. So that's
You know
just my
what's
thought.
interesting? And Kia says she's an introvert, and I do believe she is an introvert. But I think that when she gets on here or when she's on her own, that's when she opens up. And I feel the same way about me sometimes. I we be going through some things off camera, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, here we are, let's go. And just big smiles and stuff. Sometimes you just that's why we so appreciate you guys because whatever we're going through, it's important to fellowship with you guys and just hang out and just have these stories and y'all make us laugh. Y'all make us laugh. So
You want to
um
make the announcement?
yeah, so we actually have an announcement that actually brings us to our announcement. And CMK is going to be just shutting down for 2 weeks. We're going to be coming back March 25th. We just realized that Misha's gone, and then we have our intro still includes Misha, which we love, and sometimes I'm like, listen, I love it, and so while but sometimes we feel like we're just winging it with you guys, and we want to come back with some fresh new topics. We want to come back with some just a revitalized show for you guys. And oh, thank you so much, First Home. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put our emails down at the bottom. You probably already know our email addresses, but if you guys have topic ideas, sometimes people DM me for topic ideas. They don't not just strange men DM me. I get topic ideas sometimes. He is laughing at me, but yeah, so we're gonna actually just CMK is just gonna shut down for 2 weeks, and we want to come back revitalized, fresh, and new for you guys. So yeah, Kia, go ahead.
Yeah, so we love you guys. Make sure you like support us in these YouTube streets. Make sure you're liking our videos. Make sure you're hitting the subscribe on both channels. Make sure when you see you see someone go live, just even if you don't have time, just go ahead and hit a little quick like. Sometimes I'll be busy and I'll drop in the chat real quick and say, hey, make sure y'all like this video today on another person chat. Then I'll do it a couple times and then I'll go on about my business. And we just love you guys. We appreciate it. Because like Trey Mack, he was in there telling his life story on one of my chats, and he had the chat rolling, but he was driving to Louisiana the other day. We love you guys. We love the support. So yeah, just even if you're busy, just go ahead and drop that like real quick, just to help us with the analytics in YouTube. Let us help us grow. So we can bring more people to the VIP section. We love you. You guys are our day ones. Point
Right.
blank, period. You are the day ones. When we don't see certain people, I be in my feelings sometimes like, is she okay? Don't let me not see you for 2 weeks. So like, where is she at? So again, we love you guys. Again, Crystal, go ahead and drop the emails.
And
So if you have
the emails are
content
flowing.
information that you want to, us to talk about, DM us. Because sometimes we'll be looking at I'll be on Instagram and it'll be a strange story. You'll be like, Kodak Black said what?
Exactly.
Mary said what? Oh, who? And we'll send a screenshot, be like, girl. So if y'all see weird stuff like that, stuff that we may miss, send us the topic, and we'll put it together. But we will be back on what day again? In just 2
March
weeks.
25th, we're going to come back, revamped show. And, I really want to know who would like to join us. I really liked how, sometimes we have somebody just call in or just hang out with us if we have a cool topic. Like you said, like Black came in a couple weeks ago. Sometimes we had like, Kimberly came on, stuff like that. But we're gonna come back a fresh and new channel, and we want to come back with some really great topics. Misha had a great topic this morning that I really want to talk about, but at the same time, y'all know that sometimes that gets me right here. So y'all have seen when Crystal gets upset. So those type of very charged topics about children and abuse. So I'm like, I don't know about that. So but we want to come back with some fresh and new ideas, fresh and new topics for you guys. And we just want to come back revitalized. And so please email us if you guys have any ideas for topics for us. So we're going to just shut down for about 2 weeks and come back for you guys. Yes. If you guys have any ideas, topics, whatever you think, hey, why don't you guys do this? Ideas for the show, just let us know. We really want to, like Kia said, you're our day ones. Sometimes, we'll be starting the show and we're like, where's High Vibes? Where's Miss Creative? Trey Mack ain't here yet. I'll be like Monique. So
yes, you guys are our day ones, and it's amazing when you start. It's amazing when you start your journey with people, and you see like where they come from, and you see like when they get bigger. When you see how people start YouTube channels, and then people that got bigger over time, and you just like, okay. I'm sorry, they were once a little small channel, now they're big. So again, y'all just continue to just show up for us, and we'll keep providing more material and more fun times. That's basically why I'm here. Like I just like having fun. I just like sharing, and I like giving some inspiration behind all of it. It could be a joke, but let me give you the moral. Let me get you some
and that's
inspiration.
exactly what I was about to say. I like to have a good time with you guys, but I also like the fact that we bring it back to spiritual, we bring it back to God, but we also we want to empower our chocolate people, our Black people, but we also want to empower women. So we try to make sure that is the end result. We have a good time, but we also want to make sure and empower you guys and just be strong and purpose. So
yeah, so y'all only have 2 weeks off. So make sure y'all, if you don't have your notification bells on, make sure you put those notification bells on, because you don't want to miss the first. I'm gonna have a whole lot to say if I've been gone for 2 weeks.
Girl. That was so funny you said that, because we try to come in a little early beforehand, and Kia was like, oh yeah, I got an idea for the first show back. So hey, so we're gonna have some great ideas for you guys, but we want to hear from you. That is so important. And I'm gonna take a topic out of one of J Dub's, how he always says, get in those comments. Make comments, talk to us through the comments, please. We want to know what you think. We want to know what you think about the previous show, like CMK. We had CMK After Dark, and then we changed to the Ladies Lounge. We want to know what you think. How can we improve? How can we make it better? And that's all we want to make sure and do, is be successful. So,
and also, what you guys another ask that we're gonna ask is, when you watch our shows afterwards, just put something in the comments real quick. Good show, because that's when people are more likely to comment after you. So be a a ringleader, and that okay. I don't know why we still like that. We grown people, and people would not go stand in line first. You be like, they giving out free coney dogs, but you won't get in line and get that free coney dog until somebody else go in line. You'll be like, so it been empty over there for 30 minutes, but when the first person get up and get a coney dog, why is that? You don't want to be fat? You be considered fat? That happened at birthday parties. Nobody wants to get the cake until the first person go get the slice of cake. Now the line long. So yeah.
They don't want to look gluttonous. They don't want to look like a pig. And I'm like, girl, if you don't go in there and get that line, then you ain't gonna have nothing. And so sometimes, and honestly, what do we always talk about? Sometimes you got to build the table. Sometimes you got to be the first person at the table. You got to see where you fit in, and you got to build that table.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you guys have a channel, if you want us to support, because some of the names I don't know, like some people just come on just to watch. But if you have a channel that you want us to support, DM me and tell me this is my channel. I'm actually active on my channel because
that, and people will be like, hey, watch my review show, or hey, DM us, let us know, send us an email, hey, this is my channel. Oh, Ma did that to me, and she DM'd me and said, hey, I'd love it if you subscribe, and I was like, absolutely, I'm going to subscribe. And she subscribes to mine. So I do want to know, Kia's got some stuff coming up. I've got the women's panel coming back. I've been actually thinking about having the ladies and the men together. So I don't. So
I think you should.
you think I really,
So I'm
really?
gonna tell you why. So y'all in the after party now. So
Yes.
because when I did mine, Ida was in that chat. She was on fire. So I'm like, I should jump on. I'm like, this is the man's panel. So I could see a couple of women that would give them a run for their money. That's like, bruh, nah. Like I said, it was a couple of women that was in that chat. Other than Ida, that's who I'm just thinking about right now. But they was on fire, okay? And so I could see some good, and like, cause we know them, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like that situation that happened on the other show where
Right.
that I don't know who she was, but she
Right.
was don't know we family because we was like, hold on, who is she?
Exactly.
Who, what
You
I
want
said,
to
I
know
was like,
that?
who is that? When it
Girl.
came to y'all, like I wasn't even there. I was like, oh, well, glad I wasn't there that night because I wouldn't have been calm. Like, oh, like
And yeah, and so I'm such a loyal friend. Even though I've never met Kia before, but I was in that show, and that girl was coming for Black. I was like, and people were like, Crystal, stop your facial expressions. They were like, how sometimes they'll be in here, Crystal, fix your face. I said, I can't. I was mad. Yeah. So, we're such good friends, but we want to
she was
support you guys.
out.
Girl. So
So I think if you know the personalities, it'll go well. So it's like because we all kind of been in the same circle, so I think that would be a good look. I think
that
it'll
is
add a
so
look.
funny you say that, because Ida and David together, that would be, ooh, I think that's what I've been contemplating. That's why I was gonna have the ladies on this week, and I said, and then the men next week. And I said, maybe I should combine them. Maybe I
The
should
wheels on my bus, girl. I can see it now. Be like, ooh, 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 ooh. Let me get my popcorn. Trey, you better let me get my popcorn.
have. So that's what I've been contemplating, and I think I might be doing that for the a couple of upcoming episodes. We're talking partner versus provider. We're talking, well, especially specifically, I was going to talk about the communication breakdown between men and women, and the money issues in dating. So those were the three topics that I was going to talk about. But I may just invite the men to those topics and see how that goes. That's gonna be interesting. So go ahead, and Kia, what do you got coming? I know
No,
Kia's got. Go ahead.
what's up? What you say?
No, I was gonna just say I know you got some things coming up, and then
Oh, so y'all know I do Wednesday nights. I still do my dramatic readings, but I have another show with Corey. When we do Corey versus Kia. Make sure y'all stop by. Make sure y'all give me my purple hearts. I'm gonna still let y'all give him some blue hearts, but give me my purple hearts. Come on now. Support your girl. Give me my purple hearts.
right.
It's Corey versus Kia. It's all fun. Like I said, it's no real beef. It's Corey versus Kia. So y'all feel what Kia say, you give me purple hearts. You feel what he say, you give me blue hearts. Shantae's reality said Corey had more blue hearts than me last time, so I don't know what was wrong with y'all. So yeah, and then I do advice. So Trey Mack, he loves those advice letters because he be all in like we need more. Okay, this is all they gave us,
And
Trey.
you know what? I wonder if CMK, because I love the advice show. You're like, Crystal, come on. I was like, well, no, this is your show. But I was like, I am just intrigued.
No, Crystal, y'all can come on. So one day I did it at lunchtime, and I actually had a meeting after lunch. So they all jumped on. I don't know where all these people came from this day. It was like a whole panel full of people. I don't know. They just had I don't know where they came from. They all on the panel. Trey Mack leaving his daddy on the porch with his dress shoes on. It was crazy. People love the advice. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all tune in. I do advice every Thursday at noon. So come
Okay.
in and do the advice. That's like a little lunchtime break up, break your day up, and if you can't like watch it, just listen, because them stories be. And my sister, she said, nobody's not gonna write you a letter if you keep laughing at the people. Some of the letters be funny.
No, but they're funny though. I think that's engaging. Y'all know I love to laugh. I
He
think
said,
this.
you gonna quit laughing at the people. They're not gonna write you no more. I said, well, if he's tripping about a hair clip, he need to be laughed at. But yeah, make sure y'all like hit the notification so you don't miss the advice. And if you want to come on and give your advice, because sometimes the type may be too much, you be like, I gotta tell that person a whole bunch. I put the links in there. I have some more stuff that like I said, I'm basically taking this 2 weeks also to put my content together. So just stay.
That's exactly what we're doing. And speaking of, so I have the review show with Misha. We're doing, of course, as y'all know, Ready to Love. Put a Ring on It is coming up, and then myself, I'm actually doing Love on Stage that's coming, and Run the World is coming back. So I'm going to be reviewing those shows. And then speaking of writing and everything that we're doing, the other stuff that we're doing, I just saw the rough cut of my second short that I produced. I saw that today around 5 o'clock. So hopefully I will have something to show you guys in another couple of weeks. And I got to finish writing this script. The top one right there. Can y'all see it? You may not be able to see it, but here, I'll try to show it to you guys. I'm not gonna. And the top one.
Okay.
Gotta finish writing that. Gonna be finish writing that. Hopefully in the next week or so. Give me time. Pray for me, and so I'm gonna give me a couple weeks. Yes. So I'm writing that. I'm writing that script. So we're going. Yeah. We got a lot to do. We got a lot going on. And also check me out on Instagram as well, because it's Crystal Lynette on Instagram, because I'm thinking of doing a log line a week, and you guys can just add to the story. Like if I give you a premise of the story, what do you think? What should be the next step? How should it continue? So to get my friends on Instagram involved in what I'm writing. So that's what I've been thinking about. Kia's been like nudging me to do something like this. So so I've been just like, how should I do it? So I'm still thinking on it. Yeah. So that's it for now. Wait, go ahead, Kia.
I don't have nothing else. Y'all, thanks for the claps, thanks for the hearts, thanks for the smiley faces, thanks for the laughs. Again, we will be back, so don't y'all disappear. And if somebody else start coming on at 10 o'clock, y'all know y'all save the spot for us. Don't be playing. Y'all know y'all like the laugh. So come on now. Come on. Don't play with us.
Sometimes we get serious, but we love to laugh, and we really want y'all involved too. So, and I would love to see some of our day ones on here with us. High Vibes, I'm going to shout you out. Miss Creative, I'm going to shout you out. Monique, I'm going to shout you out. So we'd love to see you guys. That's it for now. Thank you guys so much, and see you in a couple of weeks. See you on the 25th.